reports we're getting 1-inch size hail 5 miles west of Justin right now, and also Flower Mound sounding the sirens on their western side near 377 and the 35W corridor. Precautions because we do have this tornado warning indicated by radar, but really just impressive on our velocity mode right now. As you were talking about, really seeing that red color getting a little bit more bright, the green color, of course, right next to it. So if you were joining us also earlier on Facebook Live, we talked about that gate to gate, and with that velocity right next to each other, this is what we need to look for. This is what you look for also at home to see where this potential tornado is that might be getting closer or possibly on the ground. We don't have any reports of that, no confirmation yet. It will be, as we just had that track there, it's moving northeast at about 25 miles per hour. Our storm chaser and ponder not going any further south, making sure that he remains safe as this area of rotation could possibly get very close to him. Also seeing a lot of heavy rain with this and the potential of some large hail. So
I don't think you would see much anyway, Scott. It seems to be rain wrapped.
Yeah, it's rain wrapped. So what that means is, I know maybe sometimes you've seen video, really good funnel that you can see, really nice pictures of a tornado. But when you have so much rain, it's really hard to see it because it's just getting wrapped around the actual tornado. So that's why it's very hard, and that's why we are in constant contact with our storm chasers that are out there to make sure that they're in the proper position.
It's still producing really strong, really big hail too.
Really large hail along with that. So if we sample some of this, you'll be able to see not only are we dealing with the potential of a tornado, but also this is the first time we've seen this today, Jeff, baseball-sized hail possible with this storm. This is huge hail. So that's also damaging hail possible as it works right over your house and your neighborhood and possibly breaking windows. So that's why we want to let you know. This is a dangerous storm. This is one that you need to make sure that you're paying attention to, especially if you're living in parts of Denton County, as this is pushing its way northeast at about 25 miles per hour. Not a fast-moving storm, Jeff, so that's why we're definitely seeing, look at that shear just really coming up right near Justin. If you live in Justin right now, please make sure that you are in that. Again, Justin 740, so right now, North Lake 747, Corral City at 751. Mentioned about 8:05. So that's where we're still seeing the path of this storm. If you live in any of these cities, go ahead and just take that precaution right now as we continue to track this storm. Just getting an update here. Again, it's possible producing this tornado right over Justin, 10 miles northwest of Trophy Club. Circulation just reported in FM 156 to FM 1384. Seek shelter now if you live in that area. Possibly also some baseball to golf ball size hail. So this is what we're seeing. Let's label those streets again, Jeff, because this is probably what you want to know. Where is it? Where's it going? And how fast could it possibly get to my neighborhood? And
it's getting ready to cross 156.
It's getting ready to cross 156, as you were just saying there, Jeff. Didn't mean to interrupt you. So just on the north sides of Justin, getting ready to cross 156.
There's
35W.
So this is going to move right over 35 near Argyle at its current track. And Scott, there's a chance this thing could get into Denton.
Yeah, and there is that chance, as we've been talking about. Right now, Denton, you are in that northeast side of the warning box that we're looking at. But if it stays on this same track, very close possibly getting to near Denton. If it takes maybe further of that left side of this box of that track, possibly to near downtown. But right now, possibly still pulling its way just to the southeast of Denton, but it's going to be close enough that you need to pay attention, at least right now. You have some time, but still, this is a threat to Justin, a threat possibly to Argyle, a threat possibly to Denton as we go through the next probably 25 to 35, 40 minutes if this tornado warning sticks around. So we're still seeing that and really impressive wind shear right now. So if you're sitting at home, we see how that red color really came up just a bit more. And that's just been indicating to Jeff and myself through the afternoon hours that this storm really is starting to get a little bit more healthy. Our news desk, of course, is working the phones, making sure that they're talking to some locations and neighborhoods if there's any damage, so we can bring you the latest news on that. There's our storm chaser. Again, you can see the picture there. A lot of rain that they're driving through, and this is what Jeff brought up as well. So much rain falling that this tornado that's indicated by Doppler radar possibly wrapped by rain.
You probably wouldn't be able to see it, Scott.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to see it at all. So that's why we're able to use our technology to see it, to make sure that you and your family can remain safe. You know where it is and where it's going and how fast it's going to get there. So still continuing to see this storm pushing its way through parts of Denton County. And with this, maybe also seeing some winds gusting to near 70 miles per hour, Jeff.
Yeah, this is producing, well, when we see a wind shear like that, you know, you're talking about winds getting over 100. Let's see on storm threat, which does an actual miles per hour calculation, what the radar is indicating 80-mile-per-hour winds, and that's just off the surface. So there are very strong winds with this. We suspect it is a tornado, and we suspect that, Scott, because of this signature right here. This is our reflectivity. It looks like it continues to be these greens and reds right next to each other, though it looks like it's trying to broaden out just a little bit. It's now pushing a little bit further up to the north of Justin, and that track actually takes it a little bit closer to Denton itself. Better chance here on this last couple of frames that it actually now would get into Denton as opposed to south of there.
Right, and I'm noticing there our storm chaser there, James Poltz. If you're able to tune into us a little bit more, don't head too much further south because we have that rotation getting relatively close to you. We want to make sure that you hang back far enough. If we do have that tornado on the ground, it's hard to see. So thank you so much for pulling over right there. We really appreciate it. I just want to make sure that you are remaining safe because right there, that's our indicated, that picture you see right there in the other box, that's from this right there, our storm chaser that is looking just down to the south. That's why I pull over, because you can see it right there is where we have that rotation that is very close. A little bit, maybe a little bit broad, but again, there's Farm to Market Road. It looks like 156. Eakin Cemetery Road, that popped up for us. So we're labeling some of these streets just to make sure you know exactly where everything's popping up. And it's going to be wrapped by rain. You won't be able to see it at all because of so much rain that's falling. And you can see our windshield wipers going there on our storm chaser. So Eakin Cemetery Road, I hope I'm saying that okay for you. This is where we're seeing that rotation, at least right now. So very close to our storm chaser and not really seeing it on our picture at all. We do not have a tornado confirmed on the ground. But this area of rotation, this area of velocity is moving northeast at 25 miles per hour. So we've continued to track this storm, and it's going to get very close to Argyle. Jeff, looking at this, it looks like the rotation maybe has come a little bit further to the north, just a bit more, over the past probably couple of scans, where before it was a little further to the south, just a touch. It's going to be passing to near Argyle and possibly passing right to near Denton. Justin Fire Department did report, actually we just now getting this in, Justin Fire Department reported a confirmed tornado in Justin. No damage reported yet. We're just now getting that information in of a confirmed tornado in Justin. It reports a touchdown. No damage so far. Our news desk is going to be on the phones, making sure they're talking to the emergency managers there to see if there is any damage. But at least right now, we're now getting that report just coming into us that the Justin Fire Department reported a touchdown in the Justin area. So if we can maybe work on a phoner desk to see if we can possibly talk to somebody there in Justin, as we've been reporting this tornado warning. That's where we are continuing to see it push its way to the northeast at 25. It's going to be in Denton at 8:10, North Lake at 7:46. So this now, new breaking news for you is that we do have a confirmed report now of a tornado touching down with this. So we're seeing that, and it looks like we also now have a new tornado warning for parts of Cook County also as well, Jeff.
Oh, no,
just coming in.
Another cell. We haven't been watching
another cell
up to
that
the
we
north.
haven't even had a chance to watch for that yet because we wanted to make sure that we were tracking this. But we have another tornado warning just to the north sides. Again, it's the northeast sides of Cook County, possibly pushing over to the state line and making its way to the northeast pretty quickly. So that's where we have that tornado warning right now. If you live in northeast sides of Cook County, near the Dexter area, it's possibly near Thackerville, about 8 miles southeast of Marietta, moving northeast at 35. So that's what we're seeing right now. As that's going to
that's out of
push its way.
Doppler range, too,
yeah,
for us,
it's pretty
Scott.
much out of Doppler range as we continue to look higher up into the sky. So just wanted to update you there. So let's get back now down to parts of Denton County. If you live in Dallas County, if you live in Tarrant County, if you live in also parts of Collin County, you're okay. This is the severe storm that at least right now that we're continuing to watch that now does have a history of reporting at least a touchdown near the Justin area. Our storm chaser has been very close to this. We do not have a confirmation if it's still on the ground, but we do have confirmation that it did touch down near Justin, and we will continue to work to see if we can get somebody on the phone to kind of talk about that, but no damage being reported right now from this storm. So it's pushing its way northeast, 25 miles per hour. Our Mobile 11 unit has been out on the roads. Do we have that picture at least right now? You can see that he's kind of moving just a bit more. Looks like the rotation a little further. I mean, it's still a broad rotation, Jeff. Not as impressive as about maybe 10 minutes ago.
No, it's a little smaller. It's still showing gate to gate, however. It has it did a funny thing there. It jogged north and now is moving back to the east. So that tells me it might have cycled a little bit
Right.
there, Scott. Where if we could see it, and we can't really, again, we can't stress enough. You're not going to be able to see this. This has been a rain-wrapped event, but it might have cycled where it falls apart and you just see a funnel cloud, and then all of a sudden it becomes a tornado again. It might either be in between that cycle, or it might have lifted. What's sad to say is that we really don't know until we get reports in from the ground of people who are in the path of this,
Right.
since you won't be able to really see it very well.
And we do kind of have an eye report from the ground, as our storm chaser right now is maybe on the backside of some of that broader rotation, and really he's a little bit more safe right now because we're not seeing as much gate-to-gate shear, maybe a wider circulation with this. So that's why he's moving one more time again, possibly heading down to near Justin to see if there is any damage
and it would be off to his left.
Off, yeah. As you're looking at the screen there, off to that left-hand side is possibly where we're seeing, if we could see anything at all with that storm and the rotation with it. So we are continuing to see this. Again, the tornado warning continuing for Denton County until about 8 o'clock. So that's what we're for Denton County until about 8 o'clock. So that's what we're watching, about another 10 minutes with this tornado warning. Again, indicated by radar, but now also some confirmation of a touchdown near Justin, again near 156 and 1384 is where we had that initial rotation earlier, and really looking at the latest information, maybe cycling down just a bit more, but that doesn't mean that the threat is over, because this storm still is a very strong, and it is a severe storm that is pushing its way north and east just a bit more. Because the other threat too that we've been talking about there, Jeff, is the potential of some large hail. At times we had maybe up some golf ball size. At one point there was an indication of maybe some baseball size hail. Let's go ahead and sample that again near Argyle, stretching down to the southeast of Justin to near Roanoke. There it again, the potential really strong updrafts with this storm, really just holding that